Hey my friend, this is Gavin Mountford here and welcome to episode number 19 of the Networking Superstars show. I'll be your host, Gavin Mountford, and in today's episode I'm going to share with you the high-level overview of my 10 circles of success, which ultimately will help you become a better leader in your online network marketing business. It will help you generate more reps, generate more leads, and actually attract people to you instead of you having to chase them and pester them and cold call them and struggle. This is what it's about, and this is the thing that's missing in most people's businesses. What happens is that your success is, most people put it down to actions, and they think that they need to get on their computer every single day and they need to do something. They need to work all day, every single day, sit down at their computer whenever they've got 5 minutes available and try and make it work. And what tends to happen is you just sit in front of your computer and you kind of press a few buttons, you type a few things. There's no real purpose to it. There's no real direction to it. There's no real flow to it. You start to get tired. You start to get overwhelmed. You take on more things. You go in multiple different directions. You join different businesses. You neglect the people that you're doing this for, probably, your family and friends. And you ultimately end up failing, and that is what happens in most people's businesses. And it's because most people focus on the action side of things. They focus on the mechanics, but the challenge is most people don't actually realize what they need to do every single day. The smart way, and you may have heard this statistic many times before, I certainly have, from Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy and many of the top self-help gurus, is that success is 80% in the mind first. 80% mindset and 20% mechanics, which means that in order to become a better leader, in order to become a better sponsorer, a better network marketer, a better person, a better husband or father or son or wife or daughter, you've got to get yourself focused. You've got to get yourself aligned. You've got to become the person that you want to become. And what tends to happen, especially in the network marketing industry, if you look online, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of other reps in many different businesses. And in your own company, there's probably tens of thousands of other reps. And when you're trying to build a business on the internet and you're trying to attract people, you're trying to sponsor people, you're trying to communicate with people, you're trying to generate leads, what happens is those people come and they find you through the content that you create. However, if you are not the kind of person that they want to work with, if your prospect does not know, like, and trust you, and if that prospect does not believe that you can help them get what they want to achieve, they're never going to join you. Never, ever, ever going to join you. They'll just go and join somebody else. And you may have had it many times before. I know I certainly had it in the past. I'd speak to somebody on the phone about my opportunity, and they might contact me or I might contact them. I'd pick up the phone, I'd speak to them, I'd tell them all about it. I was really kind of excited and I thought they were going to join. They didn't join. We ended the call and I found out that they joined under somebody else. That is a real kick in the teeth, and that can happen to you right now. Somebody goes and joins somebody else, somebody that you've spent time with, and the reason they joined somebody else is because you were not the person they were looking to join, because you didn't have the right mindset, you didn't have the right character, you didn't have the right leadership skills. So what we're going to be doing over the coming weeks is we're going to break down these 10 circles, and we're going to focus on those areas so you can ultimately have a plan, you can have a system, you can have a process to increase your abilities, to increase your strategy, to get better at generating leads, to get better at creating content, to give you the confidence to build a strong business and to become the person you were always meant to become. Now what we're going to do is we're going to align everything together. What I tend to do is, anybody that's watching the live show will see my little black book or my little black folder right now. If you're listening to the audio, then I've got a black folder in front of me that why it's black I don't know, it just is. But this essentially contains my whole my whole plan. It contains my affirmations and my vision and my purpose and my goals and my dream life, essentially, that I've spent time on. And that's what we're going to be doing over the coming weeks and coming months. And this isn't something that you're going to get instantly. You might want to spend an hour on this every couple of days, or a couple of hours on it every week, to gradually get your mind and body in the right place, or your mind, body and spirit aligned, so you can become that attractive character that people want to join. And I get up at between 5 and 6 a.m. in the morning. I come to my office, I put on my affirmations in my earphones on my podcast, and I listen to my own voice telling me the things that I'm going to achieve and the things that I want to achieve. And I've got an app on my phone that I recorded these affirmations into, and I just listen back and back and back and back, and have it on when I'm doing the running, when I'm exercising, when I am cooking. You can have your affirmations on then. And I go through my folder, I read my vision for my life, which empowers me and it motivates me. And what it also does is it means that I am 100% focused on my business. It means that I don't get distracted all the time like most people do. I don't jump from business opportunity to business opportunity. I don't try to do many different things, taking me in many different directions. I stay focused. And the way that you can stay focused on what it is that you're doing, on your business, on your strategy, is to align what I'm going to share with you in a second. And essentially there's 10 elements. There's 10 circles. I call it circles. And if you're listening to the replay of this on the Networking Superstars blog, then you'll probably find a download so you can actually see the diagram in front of you. But let's just run through what we're going to be covering over the coming episodes of the Networking Superstars show. As I said, this is critical to your success, because this is the 80% that matters. It's aligning your mindset with your actions, so you take the right actions on a daily basis. So the first thing you're going to need to have in place is your purpose. Your purpose is the first circle, essentially, and your purpose will help you achieve the things that you want to achieve when you don't want to do it. I read my purpose on a regular basis. If I'm feeling tired, if I'm feeling demotivated, I'll read my purpose and it inspires me. Next, we're going to align your vision and your mission. And with your mission, you can have an inner vision, an inner mission and an outer mission. Mission as to how you're going to do what you want to achieve. So you have your vision, your purpose and your mission. Those are 3 key areas that you need to have in place to start with, and they will give you the emotional drive every single day to be able to go out and achieve your goals and achieve your dreams. Next, we have values and principles. And your values and principles are the things that drive you again. It's the order and the hierarchy of what you value most in your life. Maybe family is number 1 priority for you, but maybe, your health and fitness is number 2, maybe your business is number 3, maybe your faith is number 4. Whatever it is, you need to be aware of it, because often there's conflict in our lives because we have a values identity crisis, essentially. When you're working on your business, you feel guilty that you're not spending it with your family, or when you're with your family, you feel guilty that you're not spending it with your business. So if you are completely aware of where you need to spend that time and what you need to focus on the most, again, it's just going to open everything up for you, so you're not in conflict. And as a result of that, you'll feel like you know yourself. You know who you are. When you know who you are, you can easily deliver a congruent message to your prospects through the content that you deliver, which in turn will bring more people to you. It will help you attract more prospects and ultimately give you the posture to sponsor more people in your business. Next, we move into your results areas. And there's 7 areas, there's 7 F's of your life. There's 7 different areas of your life that you want to focus on. If you'd like to find more areas, you can. I personally focus on 7 different areas, and those 7 areas are my faith, my fitness, my family, my friends, my freedom. So let's go again: faith, fitness, family, friends, freedom, finances, and fun. Faith, fitness, family, friends, freedom, finances, and fun. 7 areas to lead a balanced life. A balanced life where it's kind of separate, but it all works together. And you've got your vision for each area of your life, which, for me, on the second page, I think maybe the second or third page of my little black folder, I've got my vision for each area of my life. And every day I just read each of those visions. The vision is exactly how I want my life to be in the future. The difference is I live it now. So I live the life that I want to achieve in the future now. And what you find is, once you've written out your vision for each area, your vision for your health and fitness, for me it's to become 13 stone, to feel healthy, to have a sculpted body, and I could read it specifically out to you. But every time I look at that, it reminds me that I need to eat healthy. It reminds me that, I've cut out sugar. It reminds me that I've got to exercise every day. And I think about that, and it brings that vision as to, you just get the feelings of what you want to achieve in that area of your life. And your freedom, which is one of these 7 F's, is actually your business. Because ultimately your business is going to buy your freedom out of work, your freedom to travel the world, your freedom to live your life. And again, that's one of the areas that you need to be aware of in your life. Now, there's no problem with having an unbalanced life. That's okay, as long as you're aware of it. As long as you realize that actually, I'm spending 80% of my time on my business. And yes, I'm neglecting my family a little bit, but they know about it and they're aware of it, and they know that I'm doing this for them. Therefore, they don't get annoyed. I don't feel guilty because of that. So, you can have a balanced life in that respect. Next, we've got your goals. And I tend to break my goals down into, I'll have my big 10-year goal. I might have a 5-year goal. They're not really goals. They're more aspirations and part of my vision. Where you can actually start to take action is when we break it down even smaller. And even 1-year goals, you can't really say today what you want to achieve in a year. You can kind of have a guide, but you can't then boil it down to action steps that you need to do today. So what I like to do is break my year down into 90-day or 12-week chunks. And essentially there's 4 quarters, or 4 of those in the year. So you do a 12-week focus, and then you take a week break. You do a 12-week focus, and then you take a week break. And you kind of reconvene and you refocus. Then you do a 12-week focus, and you do the same again, and then another 12-week focus, and the same again. And you've got your goal that you're going to achieve for that 12 weeks, and then you bring it back. What am I going to achieve in a month? What am I going to achieve at the end of the week? What am I going to achieve today? What's my outcome for today? And essentially, you can then break that down into the projects and tasks. So again, we'll go into more detail about each of these sections in another one of these episodes. What you've then got is your affirmations, which again, I normally write about 3 or 4 affirmations for each area of my life, and I record them into my phone, and I listen to them on my iPod, listen to them on my phone, and I read them. And that again helps me remember why I'm doing this. It also turns me into a more attractive person, ultimately, that attracts more people to me. It helps me become a stronger leader. After your affirmations, we have what I like to call strategy. And your strategy is how you're actually going to achieve your goals, how you're going to do it. And what areas, let's say in your online business, in your freedom area of your life, what's your strategy? Maybe you've been through an Instagram training. Maybe you're going through my 6-step sponsoring sequence. Maybe you've gone through a Facebook course. Well, inside of that course, there's probably a strategy as to how you create your content, how you create your adverts, how you drive traffic, how you follow up with your prospects, how you speak to them on the phone. I normally document my strategy. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but what happens is you just become congruent, you just become 100% focused, and you don't have to worry about any of that anymore. You just take action every single day. So once you've got your strategy, we break it down into projects, break it down into tasks, which you then do on a daily basis. And your activities, your kind of daily method of operation, is driven by your goal. You know, if I wanted to, let's just say, get to L5 in My Lead System Pro, for example, I would then look at how many people do I actually need to bring in over the next 90 days in order to get to L5. How much money will that bring me in on a monthly basis? And then I'd look at what do I need to do every single day to actually achieve that. Well, you know, I need to create content every single day. I need to email my list every single day. I need to post Facebook status updates and engage with my audience every single day. I need to be, adding 10 to 15 new people into my community every single day. I need to be messaging and following up with those 10 to 15 people every single day. I need to be speaking to 3 or 4 people on the phone every single day. I need to be sponsoring 5 people a week every single week. Those become your action steps that you do every single day, that your goals dictate what you need to do. So you kind of reverse it. But essentially, this whole process, once you've got it, you will feel so much relief, so much excitement, so much freedom in your mind, because you've got it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about what you've got to do. Everything is aligned. You know exactly where you're going. You know exactly who you are, exactly who your target market is, exactly what your brand is, exactly who your prospects are, exactly what you need to do every single day. So when everything's going on and it hits the fan, essentially, you can stay focused, you can stay calm, and you can do what you need to do instead of getting distracted. Alright, so I will be back again with the next episode very, very shortly. Make sure you look out for that episode. Feel free to share this as well. If you find this valuable and the Networking Superstars show valuable, please feel free to share this with your friends. So thank you again, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.